Hi, I'm Chris Forbes here at The Ohio State University. Welcome to OHIO. On today's show, we'll take a trip back through time to uncover an ancient tree of life. We'll get an inside look at Ohio State optometry students reaching out to the community. And we'll journey to South America, where a group of Ohio State students are bringing clean water to Peruvian villages. OHIO! Just like the fossils of this dinosaur give us clues to our ancient history on land, researchers at The Ohio State University have joined forces with other institutions to map out a tree of life from under the sea.
If a starfish loses its arm, it grows another one back. And wouldn't it be something if we could learn how their genetic makeup does that so we could grow back a finger?
Our project is the Echinoderm Tree of Life project, and it's part of a larger effort mounted by the National Science Foundation called the Tree of Life project.
For the first time, really document the evolutionary history into deep time, as far back as 500 million years.
The big questions are, how do the 5 classes, the starfishes, sea urchins, sea cucumbers, sea lilies, and brittle stars interrelate? And to accomplish this, we'll collect a lot of genetic data from the living forms, but we'll have to concentrate on anatomical data to connect fossil forms to the living forms. And we'll use both kinds of data to connect the echinoderms to the larger, broader tree of life.
There are basically 2 major kinds of animals, ones that have backbones and ones that do not have backbones. Echinoderms bridge between us and those that lack a backbone.
So echinoderms, although they're not very familiar organisms, they're actually very important in the world's oceans. There are vast regions of the deep sea that are just covered in sea cucumbers, much like herds of buffalo on the plains. And these are the most important organisms for turning over the sea floor and keeping it active. Similarly, on rocky shores of the Pacific, there have been experiments done where starfish have been removed. And once you remove the starfish, it changes the ecosystem completely.
So they have a key position within the evolutionary tree. The grant to study the Echinoderm Tree of Life was put together as a collaborative proposal.
Ohio State led 10 institutions. The team that we put together consists of the best and brightest for each role in the project: computer scientists, evolutionary biologists, geneticists, paleontologists, behavioral biologists, and all that kinds of information is important to build this picture of this tree of life.
What we're doing is trying to understand in detail the evolutionary history and using modern computing techniques in order to do that.
And we use the same kind of computational tools that we use for studying animal life as we use for studying pathogens, so it's very important, broad-reaching research.
The project will last for 5 years, and $3 million was given in order to meet the needs of this work.
The Ohio State portion of that is $928,000, and the rest is spread around the other 9 institutions. Funding will support expansion of knowledge that will be preserved in books, in databases, and trees, and these trees will be used across the biological sciences and across educational fields for generations.
This research project will allow students to actually be interdisciplinary,
using basic evolutionary biology across the sciences.
A student will come in, if they're a biologist, and they'll learn about fossils, and they'll also learn about computational methods and genetics, and it gives them an interdisciplinary framework which will really be the next generation of scientists who tackle these questions.
In the long history of echinoderms, there are 16 classes that are now only known from fossils. They're extinct.
By studying in detail the fossil record, we can understand what caused mass extinctions and understand how the biosphere was affected and then how it recovered. Mankind is always worried about its future, and Winston Churchill was quoted once in saying, "The farther back you look, the farther you can see in the future."